Εξομολογήστε τον Κύριο διαγραφός, αλληλούια, ότι στον αιώνα το έλεος αυτού, αλληλούια.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the tyranny of this Labour regime begins to tighten its grip, and as the tyrants in the cabinet, like Tootia Starmer and Yvette Yahas, I'm a hypocrite, Cooper, continue to clamp down on free speech and upon the ability for people to act freely in our society, villainizing more and more people, and as Western civilization continues to erode and continues to collapse and continues to de-Christianize, what message is there for the church? What message is there for the people of God in this land? I'm going to give a message for what Christians should be doing in these circumstances. And I'm using as my launching off point Jeremiah chapter 29 verses 4 to 21. And as I go on through this talk, I am going to invite questions. I'm going to break often to allow for questions. So if you just wait, you'll have an opportunity to ask a question. So reading from verse 4, it says this: Thus says Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, to all the exiles whom I have sent into exile from Jerusalem to Babylon. Now, the first thing that you've got to understand is that the way that Christians understand themselves is that we are exiles in this life. We are exiles in this land. We don't claim England as our own. We don't claim the United Kingdom as our own. We don't claim Europe as our own. And this is the kind of behavior that we will all suffer if we do not stand up to the Islamists in our land. What you're seeing here is a microcosm of how we will all be treated if we don't stand up to Islamists. This is a behavior, harassment and discrimination that will occur in Britain if we don't learn to stand up to these wannabe Islamist dogs. This is how they will treat us. You must find your courage. You must find your strength to stand up to people like that and to stand up against Islamization. And we'll come on to more of that later. However, there are groups that are trying to talk about patriotism and nationalism as a response to Islamization in the UK. But we as Christians offer our patriotism, our nationalism to Holy Mother Church. It is to her and to her alone and her service to the kingdom of God that is the motivation for the Christian. We're not here to try and save England. We're not here to try and save Western civilization in its liberal form. We're here to see Christendom, Christianization, and the establishment of a new society, of a new United Kingdom that is renewed and redeemed by the pilgrim people of God who are moving through this land. The passage goes on. Build houses and live in them, and plant gardens and eat their produce. Take wives and become fathers of sons and daughters, and take wives for your sons, and give your daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, and multiply there, and do not decrease. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Western world is suffering from demographic collapse. The English man is not having children. The English woman is not having children. And the reasons for this are complicated, but it essentially boils down to the lie that liberal society has sold to women. And the lie is this, that you can have a career into your mid-30s and then have children in your 30s. However, biology tells a different story. The reality is that from 30 onwards, the ability for women to have children begins to decrease. And from 35 onwards, it virtually collapses to almost zero from the time that a woman gets to around 40. Women have been sold a lie by liberal society. And we need to offer women a better deal in the West. We need to say to women, to abandon the religion of Islam, where they will be treated as second-class citizens, where their husbands can beat them, where their prophet said that most of them would be in hell, where their prophet said that women are deficient in intellect, where their prophet said their testimony in the courts is only worth half that of a man. And there you go, thank you, it's true, I did not lie. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to try and continue with my talk. I'd ask you to ignore the Islamist dog who simply wants to try and bully because he thinks that he has the right to do so. Right, great, let's go and debate him then. Yeah, we're going to debate. Okay, so you wanted to heckle me. Oh, yeah, we are. You're going to debate me. There you go. He runs away. He was big until he was called upon to defend why Muhammad said a husband can beat his wife. Do you want to explain that to us all?
Christianity is false. Jesus is not God.
That's not the question, ladies and gentlemen. Why did Muhammad say that a man can beat his wife? Answer that question.
They ruled
Could you have that?
They ruled the banking
Could you
system.
answer that question?
They ruled the educational system.
Could you answer that question?
They ruled the political system.
Could you
All of
answer
us
that
here are
question?
arguing over nothing.
Who?
Jews are at the top.
There you go. Blame the Jews. Blame the Jews. It's all the Jews' fault, ladies and gentlemen. This is the anti-Semitism that you should all stand up to. You should not allow anti-Semites like this to go and challenge in our society. These people like him, anti-Semites, are people that should not be welcome in the United Kingdom.
Satan
Rev,
is their God.
Elvin, could I get the balls of war,
They
please?
destroyed Christian Europe.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the kings were righteous.
you should stand up
So the evil
to the
of wicked Jewish
Christophobia
supremacy.
and the
But
anti-Semitism
Christianity
that is rooted in the Muslim community. Why are you all passive? Why are you all afraid to stand up to trash like this? Who is peddling anti-Semitic tropes? Why are you all afraid to stand up to Islamist dogs like this? We should drive them from our lands. We should drive them from our shores. We should make sure that people like this cannot find jobs, cannot claim benefits, cannot marry, that they are forced out of our country. Dogs like this, should have no place in the United Kingdom. And why are you all afraid? Why do you not stand up against dogs like this? who would seek to persecute Jews and Christians just for being Jews and Christians.
Look in my face.
You're dirty Jew, don't
You're dirty Jew, he calls him. Dirty Jew. Why do you not stand up to Islamist dogs like this? Find your courage against these Islamists and stand up against them. Do not let them roam free in our lands unchallenged.
The Jew is Israeli.
No, he's a Zionist.
So what are you talking about Jews? You know what Jews are?
Yeah, Jews.
I am a Jew.
Yeah, you are a Jew.
Dirty Jew is what you called him. A dirty Jew. You called him a dirty Jew.
Yes.
Look at this anti-Semite, this racist, this Islamist dog.
There are Jews that are protecting my life. But there are many Jews that rule the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, you must not allow these people to go unchallenged. If you do not stand up to Islamist dogs like this, they will persecute Jews and Christians in the United Kingdom. Why are you silent? Where is your courage?
Whites are the minority today.
White devils, he says. White devils.
So what?
Are we Zionists?
All right. You support Israel?
No, ladies and gentlemen.
We support Israel.
Support Israel?
Israel. Who is Israel?
Let me tell you something.
Who is Israel?
Let's talk about...
Who is Israel?
Right,
The debate is how you
Wait.
right. Ladies and gentlemen. Sister, I'm going to go back over there and do my talk. Okay, if you want to, peace be with you. If you want to pay this Islamist dog attention, do so. But I'm going to go back to the talk that I was giving over there. Will you talk to him?
debate is how you treat your women.
Up and there, Bob.
Thank you.
Up and there, Bob. See la, you white devil.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
we capture on camera
we did.
every single week open anti-Semitism from within the Muslim community. We capture every single week open Christophobia here in the park. When was the last time you heard the BBC or the media speak out against it? But how many times have you heard them talk about Islamophobia?
All the time.
How many times recently have you heard them talk about villainizing Tommy Robinson?
Yes.
Who's standing up against trash like that, ladies and gentlemen? Let's be clear.
All right.
We as Christians must wake up to the fact that the church has real enemies. Enemies who will persecute us given the chance. And we must find our courage as Christians to stand up to that kind of vermin. And they are vermin.
Yeah.
They are a cancer in our society. And ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
the media don't want to talk about scum like that.
Why, Bob? Why?
That preaches anti-Semitic tropes.
Why?
That just felt that he could try and bully a Christian for no reason. Because of the supremacism inside of Islam. I ask you,
Okay.
did the camera lie? Did your eyes lie? Did you not hear what he said? The media is the one who is lying to you. Because the media is villainizing anyone who is trying to wake you up about the danger of people like him. You must choose a side. Because these people will not allow for neutrality. You think you can hide from them. They will eventually find you and come for you anyway.
They will.
So, ladies and gentlemen, find your courage to stand up to these people however you can.